Ferrari once said, "The Ferrari is a dream. People dream of owning this special vehicle, and for most people it will remain a dream, apart from for those lucky few. Just look at it, drink in its lines, its precious curves, subtle vents, giant carbon ceramic brakes, massive engine, and most importantly, that badge." The 458 is just stunning to look at. I mean, well, just look at it. And personally, I think it's the best looking Ferrari for years. I mean, the 360 was too muted. The 430, well, it wasn't visually stimulating enough. But this, well, damn. The president of Ferrari, Luca di Montezemolo, when he was shown this, he looked at the exterior, the interior, the engine. He went, this is the perfect car to represent Italian motoring. Its style, its speed, its power, its grace, its looks. And that is why it's called the 458 Italia. This is Italy's car. The 458 isn't just beautiful to look at, its design has purpose. So check out these wings here in the grille. They deform at speed to improve aerodynamics and reduce drag. Air flows down the body of the car into here, where it then cools the dual clutch transmission. The result of that though, warm air is forced out the back and reduces drag in the car. It's all rather clever. You're also looking at one of the slipperiest Ferraris ever made. Its drag coefficient, or how easily it slices through the air as it goes along, is just 0.330, which is a very, very small number. But the thing is, it's not just how it cuts through the air, it's how it uses it to improve airflow, aerodynamics, and reduce drag. Someone's put a lot of thought into this. My two favourite bits? Well, that's the engine on full look at me display, and its triple pipe exhaust system, which harks back to the F40 of old. If I'm honest, I could happily stare at it all day, just sit and appreciate it. Or I could do as Enzo intended and drive it like I stole it. A certain Mr. M. Schumacher had a lot of input in this cabin. The reason everything is so driver focused, everything is within easy reach of the driver, and that's because he wants it to be like a Formula 1 car, so it becomes second nature just to fiddle with your controls. You don't have to take your eye off the road, which is really smart, because in something like this you really should be looking at the road. There's no real kind of straight, harsh lines in here. It's all very modern and very, in this case, carbon fibery. Also, I've got loads of information at my fingertips. This wheel is absolutely incredible. I've got everything I need. You've got a little gear change indicator. So what it does is when you're going at some pace, as you reach the end of the gear, little red lights light up here. You got that in a Ferrari Enzo and a Formula 1 car. As well as, you know, the giant engine start button, the suspension adjust, and the indicators, and all the rest. I've got the Manedino switch, which is a wonderful little invention, because what that does is that switches instantly between the traction control modes. It's basically derived from Formula 1 tech, and we've got 5 modes to choose from. We've got wet for if it's wet, we've got sport, which is Ferrari Ease for normal, then we have race, which turns the traction control off a little bit, then we have CT off, which turns it off quite a lot, and then you have to press and hold it for ESC off, which turns everything off. Also, I've got 2 screens in this binnacle, as well as the rev counter. The one on the left gives me lots of information about the car, tyre pressure, oil pressure, that kind of thing. Also, there's a little speedo, odometer and the fuel gauge. And on the right hand side, well, when I'm not using the sat-nav or the phone or anything like that, I have a giant speedo, nice big numbers you can see just out of the corner of your eye, which is really quite handy. The big question I keep getting asked is, what's it like to drive? Well, I went in with an open mind. Would it be heavy, light, wayward, slippery, tricky even? None of the above. Thankfully, it's awesome. The 4.5 litre V8 behind me pushes out 570 brake horsepower and 398 pound-per-foot of torque. Now, to try and put that into a vaguely sort of understandable term, well, it'll do 0 to 62 in 3.4 seconds, and if you're feeling particularly brave, 202 miles an hour. But Ferrari claims that if you drive it like a saint, you can get up to 22 miles per gallon out of it. The gearbox in this thing is an absolute masterwork. It is once again derived from Formula 1 technology. It's a dual clutch jobby, so there's one clutch always resting on the even gears and one clutch always resting on the odd gears. Now, I always ask just how long the transition between the changes are, just to be nice to say in the film. So I asked a Ferrari rep and the response I got was, we've really stopped measuring that because, well, it's pretty instant. And yeah, they're right, it really is. You flip a paddle, down, flip a paddle, down, flip a paddle, down. It's just bang, bang, bang. It is that instant. It's absolutely incredible. It really, really is. Fair play Ferrari, good work. The steering in this thing is absolutely incredible. It is so direct, you can just pop the nose in and, well, away you go. There's no hint of understeering, there's no threat of nasty oversteer, sending you spinning into a forest. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and you can get it out of shape if you drive like a bit of a numpty or you really know what you're doing. But as a car for a normal person, it's amazing. It's kind of like a revelation. It's really, really, really good. Comfort-wise, you expect a car like this, a big sports car, to be very uncomfortable, very hard riding, so you sit on the motorway and go, oh my god, I regret spending nearly £300,000 on this, oh it's so uncomfortable, oh for the love of God make it stop. But really, no, there are lots of suspension modes to choose from, so you can have a nice, cosseting, comfy little Ferrari. My favourite bit though, my absolute favourite bit of this car, well, that'll be the noise. It's music, absolute music to my ears. The 458 Italia is as Enzo intended, a dream. It causes a stir wherever it goes. It has a visual drama that other cars struggle to match. It combines performance, agility and style in a way that few will ever see, let alone experience. It's a true Italian thoroughbred. It's the definition of excess, of desirability, of a dream. It's a Ferrari, the definition of a supercar.